Welcome to Climb Stories, where every vision begins as a blur, and every challenge becomes the lens through which success comes into focus. Today, we're telling the story of four friends who looked at a broken industry and decided to fix it. They didn't have millions in funding, celebrity endorsements, or a massive team. What they had was an idea that stylish, quality eyewear should not cost a fortune. This is the story of Warby Parker, a company that turned a simple frustration into a movement, that blended purpose with profit, and that showed the world what it really means to see differently. Every revolutionary business begins with one simple question: why does it have to be this way? For Neil Blumenthal, Andrew Hunt, David Gilboa, and Jeffrey Rader, that question struck one day during graduate school at the Wharton School of Business. One of them, David Gilboa, had just lost his expensive pair of glasses on a backpacking trip. When he went to replace them, he was shocked. $700 for a new pair. He couldn't understand why something so essential could cost as much as a smartphone. When he complained to his friends, they all realized they'd had the same frustration. It wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a broken system. The eyewear industry was controlled by a few massive corporations that dominated everything from design to retail pricing. A handful of companies set the prices high, leaving consumers with little choice and few affordable options. So the four friends did what entrepreneurs do best. They asked, what if there's a better way? And that question changed everything. They imagined a company that would design glasses in-house, sell directly to customers online, and skip the middlemen entirely. That way, they could offer high-quality, stylish eyewear at a fraction of the traditional cost. But it wasn't just about saving money. It was about changing lives. They wanted to create a company that would not only make people look good, but also do good. They decided from day one that for every pair of glasses sold, they would distribute another pair to someone in need. That mission, simple yet revolutionary, became the heart of Warby Parker. But back in 2010, when they started, the idea of buying glasses online sounded ridiculous. Eyewear was personal. People needed to try frames, feel them, see themselves in the mirror. Investors laughed at the concept. Even their professors at Wharton were skeptical. Still, the four friends believed in their vision. They spent countless nights sketching designs, debating color patterns, and studying supply chains. They reached out to manufacturers, sourced the best materials, and began building their website from scratch. They decided on a name inspired by literature: Warby Parker, a blend of two characters from Jack Kerouac's journals, Warby Pepper and Zag Parker. The name captured the spirit of adventure, rebellion, and creativity that defined their mission. The startup had no big marketing budget, so they relied on authenticity. They offered something new: 5 pairs of glasses shipped to your home for free. You could try them on, pick your favorite, and send the rest back. This home try-on program became their secret weapon. It was simple, personal, and built on trust, something rare in online retail at the time. When they officially launched Warby Parker in February 2010, their expectations were modest. They hoped to sell a few glasses, maybe get some attention. But when GQ magazine published an article calling them the Netflix of eyewear, everything changed overnight. Orders flooded in. Within days, they sold out their entire inventory, every single pair. The website crashed. They had waiting lists stretching into the thousands. Suddenly, what began as a class project had turned into a national sensation. But success came with chaos. The team worked around the clock from their tiny apartment, personally responding to customer emails, managing shipments, and fixing website bugs. They weren't prepared for the explosion, but they refused to let the momentum fade. While others might have chased profits, the founders stayed true to their mission. They wanted to build a company that stood for something more. They believed business could be a force for good, that doing well and doing good could go hand in hand. Their Buy a Pair, Give a Pair program became a cornerstone of their identity. For every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker partnered with nonprofits to train people in developing countries to give basic eye exams and distribute affordable glasses. It wasn't just charity. It was empowerment. The founders understood something powerful. Sight isn't a luxury. It's a right. And giving someone the ability to see clearly can change everything. Their education, their work, their future. Warby Parker wasn't just selling eyewear. It was restoring vision, literally and metaphorically. As sales grew, they faced new challenges. Copycats emerged. Big corporations tried to undercut them. Logistics became complex. But what kept Warby Parker strong was its culture. A mix of innovation, humility, and purpose. When other startups chased fast exits, they focused on long-term impact. They opened their first retail store, not in a mall, but inside a converted library in New York City, where customers browsed books and glasses side by side. It wasn't just a store, it was an experience, thoughtful, inviting, and different. That's what made Warby Parker special. They didn't just sell products, they told stories. Every frame had a personality, every store had a soul. They were also pioneers in blending digital and physical worlds. While traditional retailers struggled to go online, Warby Parker built a hybrid model. Order online, try at home, visit stores if you wish. They listened to customers and built trust through transparency and service. By 2015, Warby Parker had become a symbol of the new age of business. Profitable, purpose-driven, and people-first. They had distributed over 1 million pairs of glasses to people in need, while building a loyal community of fans. They weren't just changing eyewear, they were changing expectations. And when the company finally went public in 2021, it wasn't a story of overnight success. It was a story of persistence, purpose, and vision. From 4 friends with a laptop and a dream to a billion-dollar brand, Warby Parker proved that the best companies aren't built to sell, they're built to serve. The founders remained grounded. They reminded their teams, "We're not in the business of eyewear, we're in the business of vision." And that's what makes their climb extraordinary. They didn't disrupt an industry just for profit. They did it to make the world a little clearer, one pair of glasses at a time. Their story teaches us that innovation doesn't always start with technology. Sometimes it starts with empathy. It starts with noticing what's broken and daring to fix it. Neil, Andrew, David, and Jeffrey looked at an industry filled with greed, inefficiency, and complacency. And instead of complaining, they created something better. Their climb reminds us that every great idea begins with a small frustration. The next time you're annoyed by how something works, ask yourself, could this be better? That simple question can be the beginning of your own revolution. At Climb Stories, we believe that every obstacle hides an opportunity, and every purpose-driven dream can change the world. Warby Parker's founders didn't just build a company, they built clarity. For themselves, for their customers, and for millions of people who now see because of them. They redefined what success looks like, proving that profit without purpose is empty, and purpose without action is just a dream. Their climb reminds us all that business isn't just about making money. It's about making meaning. So, if you're standing at the bottom of your mountain today, wondering if your idea matters, remember the story of Warby Parker. Remember 4 friends who started with nothing but frustration and a shared vision, and turned it into a revolution that gave sight to the world. You don't need millions to start. You just need clarity, courage, and conviction. Because vision isn't just what you see, it's what you believe can exist. At Climb Stories, we celebrate dreamers like these, visionaries who looked at what was and imagined what could be. If stories like this inspire you, if you believe in innovation with purpose, if you're ready to turn your own frustration into change, then don't forget to subscribe to Climb Stories. Here, every week, we bring you journeys of resilience, creativity, and purpose. Stories of ordinary people who built extraordinary things. Because every idea begins as a blur, and those who dare to bring it into focus change the world. Keep climbing, keep believing, and never lose sight of your vision, because your story just like Warby Parker's, might be the one that helps the world see clearly again.